Welcome everybody to the semi-final of the Épée Grand Prix here in Cairo. We introduce the athletes out. 4 female fencers. In the first of the semi-finals, it's Mallo of France against Catherine Holmes of the USA. And Song Sera, world rank number 8, is up against the world rank number 3 from Korea, Choi In-jong. It's an all-Korean affair in the second of the semi-finals. So here we go, the fencers are ready. Mallo, well, she came through from the 64, defeated Hadley Hussein, the young American, and then went through, defeated her teammate Marie-Florence Kandasamy, and then took out Natalie Mühlhausen, the world champion, to get to the semi-final stage, and Anna Kun of Hungary. Catherine Holmes, well, her progression through was against Alexandra Bozza of Italy, the young French fencer Eloise Van Riesel, and then Vivian Mangwai Kong of Hong Kong, world rank number 6. And then in the semi-finals, Laurent Rombi of France. So Catherine Holmes of the USA up against Mallo. So the fencers are ready, the referees are ready. And we'll get things underway. Mallo on the left of your screens, Catherine Holmes of the USA on the right. This is épée. If you're new to fencing, then the whole body is the target. It's a point weapon. And what sets it aside from the other 2 weapons is that doubles can be scored. If you score simultaneously, then 2 lights come up and both the fencers will get a point. And as if by magic, they do just that. And the scores get underway with a double. Mallo going for the attack. Catherine Holmes there able to double it out. So both fencers quite active, looking for a way through. And Mallo getting the single light, the all-important single light, establishing her lead. Catherine Holmes from Princeton, New Jersey. Levels the scores. Did a higher education, Holmes, in neurological science and psychology, whereas Mallo is a qualified massage therapist and physiotherapist. So both opting to education with a sporting connection. Holmes going down the more psychological route, whereas Mallo going down the more physical physiotherapy route. Double scored. So just looking at the head-to-head between these fencers, they have met in the past. Well, they've met 3 times in the past. And the last time they met was back in 2018 at the Grand Prix in Cali, which is incidentally where this Grand Prix originally was going to be held. And Mallo won that one 13-9. And prior to that, well, they met in pool competitions at the Grand Prix in Rio and the World Cup in Johannesburg. So they're not hanging about, no passivity in this particular bout. Both the fencers looking to go out and fence their opponent, looking to be positive, looking for a way through. Catherine Holmes, so disciplined, very experienced, works so hard. Aurélien Mallo, part of this French team that's been rejuvenated by the coaching team of the dream team of Hughes Aubry, who's been joined by the classic Gauthier Grumier, one of the best fencers in the world in his time. Grumier won the bronze medal in Rio in the individual, part of that team that won the gold medal, the men's French team épée. As they go to the break. And that looks like it is Grumier there, just coaching Mallo. Catherine Holmes, well, still very much in this. 5-3 the score. So you've got to say that Mallo got the better of that first period. 2 points, although it doesn't sound like much, can be really important in épée. Holmes can't sit back. Doesn't want to get passivity called. So 5-3 the score as we go into the second period. If you're new to fencing, the fencing up to 15, or in épée, the clock can make a difference. So here we go. Watch Aurélien Mallo. She's very front-footed. If you watch the action of her footwork, she's part of a new breed, the new breed of fencers that came through. Good work from Catherine Holmes there. Distance so important in épée, the footwork. 75% of the game to be able to get into distance. Holmes definitely doing the pressing here. Holmes is the one that's trying. And good work from the American to level the score. So now sometimes when the scores go level, you get a little bit of a lull, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. Both of these fencers are really positive in their movements, positive in their actions. They're always looking to press, always looking to go forward. If you look at the difference in footwork, the really wide stance from Mallo. Holmes has taken the lead. Well, that one was so quick. Mallo straight off the block, sabre style, to level the score. So quick we couldn't actually see that. I saw it live, but not on the screen. So 6 apiece. Mallo has now upped her level of intensity. Mallo with that super wide stance. Compare that to Catherine Holmes, whose gait moves. Nice point from Mallo. Well, that was the chance. Catherine Holmes attacking from a little bit too far out, and Mallo able to pick her off on the way through. Mallo trying to draw the attack from Holmes. Take the blade and close out in octave. And it's working for the French fencer. 4 points now at this stage. So definite change in tactic from Mallo. Trying to work off the blade of Holmes, and they'll see this one out. Holmes with some thinking to do. 4 points. Well, it's not, she's not out of it yet, but there's some real work that Catherine Holmes needs to put into this. Mallo, well, definitely had the better of that second period. As we watch some of the replays. So we go. Will we see a change of tactic from Catherine Holmes? Mallo did so well in that second period, letting Holmes push, inviting her on, keeping the distance close, and then drawing Holmes in and defending off Holmes's blade. So maybe now Holmes will try and change tactics, maybe go for second intention, wait for that octave parry. Well, it's definitely going the way of Mallo. With such a lead, doesn't need to attack. He can invite Catherine Holmes on. Double scored. It's only going to help the French fencer from this point in. Remember, we're fencing 2:15 if you're new to fencing. It's the first to reach the score of 15. Another double. So Mallo keeping the distance really, really tight. Closing the distance nicely. Another double will bring Aurélien Mallo to just 1 point away from victory in the first of these semi-finals. Oh, that's it. Aurélien Mallo's won it. 15-9. It was comfortable in the end. It was a close match in the first period, but Aurélien Mallo really was able to outfox her opponent there. It was really about keeping that distance close, inviting the American on, and then working off the blade. Super confident display from Aurélien Mallo. As we look at some of the replays from this match, it was a masterclass in the end from the French fencer. So confirmation of the score, 15-9 in the end. Aurélien Mallo of France.